together at our CER rubric for responding to a narrative text. You can see that I've highlighted column 3, which is the mastered column. That's because this is the section that shows us that we have successfully created a CER, or claim evidence reasoning. So when we look at our rubric, this is where we want to look in the mastered column to see what that looks like. When we state a claim, that means that we are saying our opinion. Your claim is what you think. So in this rubric, we can see that I restated the important vocabulary to show the context. What that means is that I said vocabulary that's going to help my reader understand what I'm talking about. I'm not just going to say, I agree. If I say I agree, then I don't really tell my reader much about my opinion. If I say, I choose 4, I still don't really know what the opinion is all about. It would be more detailed if I said something like, I most strongly identify with voice 4 in Voices in the Park. So you can see how I used a lot of words that tell me about the context or the situation that I'm making an opinion statement about. If I look over at the evidence section, here's what I need to do to master evidence in a CER. I used transition words and linking words to list relevant examples of a character's actions, thoughts, and feelings. I accurately used relevant academic vocabulary to clearly organize my evidence. I can see here that transition words can organize my evidence. I see that relevant academic vocabulary will help me organize my evidence. It's going to be important that when I'm looking for evidence, I only grab relevant examples of a character's actions, thoughts, and feelings. So it's important that the evidence is connected to my opinion. When I look down at the reasoning section, I can see I explained the reasons why my claim is correct. I made clear connections to explain how my evidence strongly supports my claim. So my reasons are going to be my evidence connecting back to my claim. Notice the images on the side on the left when we look at our criteria. Reasoning shows that we're highlighting our claim with our evidence. The evidence shows a magnifying glass, and the claim is our light bulb, or our idea, our opinion. So when you have reasoning, that means that you're telling about how the evidence supports the claim. This will make sure that I get to a 3 if I have clear connections that explain how my evidence supports my claim. And then this last row is the conventions criterion. This criterion is going to be about writing incomplete sentences, using resources to check your spelling, and starting each sentence with a capital letter and ending with accurate punctuation. So in order to successfully write a CER, we need to be mindful of our conventions. That's because the conventions help our ideas become clear. If our conventions are not strong, then we won't be able to express our ideas clearly. So we need to write incomplete sentences, check spelling of words that we see around us. So if you have the resource of a prompt or a text or a chart, or even the question that is being asked of you, any words that you already see, you should be checking and spelling accurately. If the question asks you about your perspective and you see the word perspective, then in your CER, you should be spelling the word perspective accurately. Make sure you're starting with a capital letter and ending with punctuation, like a period, an exclamation point, or a question mark. Now you know what to do to master a CER. If you are almost there, then you're going to be scoring at a 2 because maybe you answered the question without the vocabulary. Maybe you have some transition words, but not all the transition words you need to stay organized. Maybe your examples aren't really connected back to your claim. Maybe they're not connected to the text. Maybe you have a reason, but you're not quite connected back to your claim yet. Maybe you have complete sentences, but your spelling isn't accurate yet. Maybe you have capital letters and punctuation, but you still need to work on using those resources for your spelling. Do you see how if you score at a 2, then it's pretty clear what you need to do to get to a 3? That's why rubrics are so great. These tools help you know, if I'm at a 2, now I know what I have to do to get to a 3. So use your rubric to help you figure out what you need to do to master the CER, which stands for Claim, Evidence, Reasoning. This is all about your opinion and supporting your opinion with evidence and reasoning.